Hello. Hello. Now we will start our Python class now. Okay.
Hi.
Hi. May I know who is this? Vani?
Yes, my name is Vani. Hi.
Hi. So I am waiting for other attendees also. If somebody else joins also, we'll see. Otherwise, we'll continue with our class. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Vani, what is your qualification? May I know? You are already familiar with any programming languages?
I have done my master's back in India. I passed out in 2012. After that, 2 years I worked in Oracle as a database administrator. I worked in Hyperion applications. So, and then 2014 I got married and moved to US.
Okay.
After that, I could not work here because of no visa. Now I got an EAD and I'm trying to get into workforce.
Okay. That's you are familiar with any programming language earlier or any scripting language?
Programming language. I learned Perl. I know C, C++, Java, all based on my curriculum.
Okay.
And I did work.
Then that means object-oriented language you already know. Okay.
Yeah.
So C is a procedure language. So where everything we will type procedures. But instead of that, in Java or in Python or C Sharp or C++, we use objects also. So that means our code will be modular. We can reuse the code and again. Okay. So you know already Java. So I will start with the features of the Python. So in today's class, we'll just see the basic Python. So these are, you can see my screen.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So in today's class, we will see what is Python, features of Python, and its uses, and basic language syntaxes we will see, and data types. What data types are there? We'll see that.
Okay.
If you want, you can record this session, or otherwise our people will share the record to you. That's not an issue. As you know, Python is a general purpose high level language. As a part of our curriculum, we have to share the basic because you already know, but some for the benefit of other people, I am just covering the basics also. Okay, some other people also join and see this record. Okay, so for them also and for your refreshing also, it will be beneficial. Okay.
No problem.
What is a general purpose high level language? Who understood what is this line?
No.
We know computers only understand machine codes. That means zeros and ones. Correct?
Right.
but we cannot write our programs in zeros and ones because we will not be able to remember. Suppose for print, there will be one separate machine code will be there, some bits of sequence of zeros and ones. But for writing our programs, we will not be able to remember all those bits, zeros and ones for each and every word. So for print is there, for variable is there, any class name is there. There will be some code will be there in machine language. So, but we will not be able to remember all those codes. So what we will do is we will write our programs in the high level language. That means human understandable language, like our normal English. English is a high level language. We can easily communicate, we can easily learn. Okay, we will write all the programs in high level language, and then what our interpreters or compilers will do, they will convert the high level language code to machine code, so that it will understand and give us the result. Okay, so Python is one of the high level languages where we can write our programs using simple English language. Okay,
Understood.
and then it will be converted by interpreter to machine language. Okay, in Java,
Yes.
we will write the code in English like statements, correct? Then
Yes.
we will use a compiler to compile it to a bytecode. There in Java there is a compiler will be there, but in Python we will use interpreter. Okay,
Okay.
you have already worked in Java, right? So what we will do after writing the program in Java, we will first compile that one entire source file. Whatever the code you have written, we will first compile that file, and then it will be converted to Java bytecode form, which is machine code. Okay,
Yes.
that machine code will be run by Java runtime environment for execution of the code. Okay, in Python,
Yes.
similarly in Python also we will have interpreter which will convert our high level language like English language, we can say, to the machine readable form, and then we can then it executes the code and give us the result. Okay, so
Okay.
the high level language means normal general our whatever we will talk, we will understand that kind of language. That means general purpose. What is meant by general purpose here? General purpose means we can use it for developing desktop applications, we can use it for gaming applications. Okay, like that. In that sense, we can use for machine learning applications. Recently we can use it for artificial intelligence also. There are extensive libraries are there where we can use Python for these kind of applications. So we can use for each and every application. That's why it is called general purpose.
Okay.
Next, Python was first developed in Netherlands in 1989. In 1999, first it was developed, and then it was made public by 1991. So from 1991 onwards, we are using the Python language. Okay.
Okay.
So why do we use Python? Because we have Java, we have C++. There are also object languages like object-oriented languages. But why we are using Python? Because Python is very easy to write codes, and in one or two steps we can give the output. But whereas Java can take the same, for giving the same output, it can take 10 to 12 steps also. Okay, so for simple example I will give. In Java, suppose I want to print something. Suppose I want to print this statement. For Java, what is the code I am showing now? I'll explain you in detail. Okay. See, hello. See, in Java, to print welcome to the class statement, for simple example I am taking, welcome to the class, we have to show in the console. Okay. To print the this small word string of characters, in Java we have to type this much of code. Everything in Java goes inside a class, right? Now you already know. So
Yes.
but there should be a main method also in Java. But in the Python, this is one single statement. I will show you this execution in interpreter.
Okay.
This is the Python shell. Okay. Okay, this is the Python IDE. Along with the Python package, we will get this IDE. So in that we will write the code. Okay. Print is a function, inbuilt function, which prints the whatever we will type in our quotations. Suppose I am typing the code in hello world or welcome to the class. In your example, welcome to the class. Inside the quotes, and we will close with the parentheses. See, the output has come. Simple in one statement.
Yes.
So this is the one of the advantage of the Python. We can use simple language and simple statements, less statements to print to get our desired output. Okay, that is one of the advantage. Whereas in Java and other languages, we have to write 4-5 statements for some simple print statement. Okay, that is one of the advantage in Python.
Understood.
We will see one more program. How one more simple program. Okay, suppose we have to add two numbers. Suppose a equal to 20, b equal to 30. See, now I have taken number 20 and assigned it to variable a. Okay, and then I have taken number 30 and assigned it to variable b, and I want the sum to be saved in variable c. Okay, I have given the commands like this to the interpreter, Python interpreter, and then I have given one print statement also to display the output, which is in variable c. Okay, now we will see what will happen on execution. See, sum is 50. It is showing like this. For this simple program, if I have to do in Java, I have to write 15 lines. Okay?
Understood.
Now we will see the features of the Java, Python. Okay? See, we have inbuilt functions like C language. So Python takes all the features from various languages, and they have created Python using those features. So one of the features of C is we have functions. So whatever the code we will use again and again, that means repeatedly we use in our program, we will make one function, and whenever we want to use that code, we will call that function in C. Like that, in Python also, we can write our own functions. And also there are some inbuilt functions. Suppose in the previous example, we have seen print.
Right.
Print is an inbuilt function. Like that, it is functional oriented language. So we can use functions like C. Okay, we can create our own functions, we can use inbuilt functions. So wherever there is a repetition of code, we can call that function, and then we can reuse the code. So code will be, our program, entire program will be in modular state. So modules, it will be like in modules. So it will not be lengthy program, it will be in group of modules. So simple when function statement we can use one call statement. That's all. Our program will be modular. Okay,
Understood.
it is object oriented like C++ and Java. So earlier we have procedure oriented language. So everything we will write in statements. Suppose there is one car is there, car has some features will be there, car has some red color, or what will car do, it will drive us to some other places, like, right? So suppose if you think whatever we have to write in C, we have to write that in a lengthy procedural way. But in object oriented language, we can create one class, okay, with the name car, and then we can some attributes we can write inside it. Okay, and then the methods whatever it do also we can write it inside the class. Whenever we want, we can create an instance of that class. So we can create an objects. So we don't need to write the code again and again, like in case of procedure language. In C we have to write again and again lengthy
Yes.
statements of the car for simply explaining that car is in red color, and it can what function it will do, it will drive us. So for simple thing, in object oriented language, we can create a class, and then we can create the object whenever we require. So that is one advantage of the object oriented language. So whatever is the suppose even if in our previous example this number 20 is there, number 20 is the data type is integer. Okay, even integer is also in an object, it will be created like an object only. Don't think that variable a will save this 20 is saved in variable a, don't think that. Okay, this 20 number is saved in some memory location, but the number a, whatever variable a is here, that will be saving the memory location of 20. So whenever we will assign like this a equal to 20, there will be an integer object 20 will be created in memory location, and the address of that will be stored in A. So this is like a reference variable, not actual value will be stored in A. Okay, understood?
And yeah, it's like pointer in C.
Like pointers in C. So the object whatever, even I am explaining this because even in this integer is created like an object in Python. Everything is a object in Python. Okay.
Understood.
So a variable A references to the address location of object 20. Okay. So
Understood.
the object oriented like C++ and Java. And another feature is modular programming. So we can write the programs in Python so that only the features that are required for the application users can be shown to them, and when we can hide the rest of the functionality from them, so they don't require how it works. Okay, they want only the graphical user interface, and then how what are the features in it they can use, but we don't want them to know what is inside it. So we can write the program separately for the functionality, and when we can create the access to them on the main GUI. So it is modular means we can create modules of programs, and then we can give them the rights, whatever they can access, and they don't even know how it works. Like in functions also, here we can use functions, and we can, so that the program will be modular. Okay, so repeated code whatever is there we can create functions, and then we can call whenever required in our program. So these functions also will make us modular, and for security purpose also we use modular programming.
Understood.
So Python, one of the features of Python is it's a scripting language also. What is a scripting language? Can you know? You know?
You explain it.
I will explain you. Okay. In scripting, what is a scripting language? We can write our program in one separate file. Okay. We don't require this interpreter. We don't require to write our program in a Python interpreter. Okay. Like this one is there. Right now I am using Notepad++. Okay. Notepad++ is like a text format text file. Okay, we can create
Right.
program, like we can create our scripts in this file, and then we can connect it to our Python interpreter. Okay, and then we can able to do the whatever the result, like we have done here. See, a equal to 20, b equal to 30. These all code we can write it in Notepad++, like a script. What is a script? Script means separate one file where we will write everything. Okay, so here also we will write this entire code in this Notepad++, and then instead of typing all this code in this Python shell, we will call that file here, and then we will do the execution. So that is a scripting, that is called a scripting language. Okay, even one more example is Perl. You might have heard Perl. Perl is a scripting language. So whatever scripting language is, whatever program is there, if we were able to write that in a separate file, and then we will call to the interpreter to run and execute it. That language is called scripting language. So we can create scripts separately in a file here, and then we can connect it to our interpreter later, so that it can execute.
Understood.
One more feature, it is open source. Is Java is an open source? It is free?
No.
No, correct. But Python is an open source and free. Anyone can download it. Anyone can create applications using it at free of cost. Even they are giving the source code. They are giving the source code also to public. Okay, how Python is written, they are giving that whatever the code is there, big code, they have given that code to public, so that now we can customize it. We can customize. Now PyPy is there, one such language. Okay, it is a customized version of Python. Okay,
Understood.
people using this source code, they can tweak whatever they want. Suppose they can create their own language. Whatever the difficult functions are there, anything they want to modify, they can customize it, and then they can create their own language. One such example is PyPy. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
PyPy,
Understood.
PyPy is one of that version. Like Unix, we have Linux is there, no? Like that.
Right.
So like that we can write, we can do. Next feature. So it is platform independent. What is the meaning of this?
It can run in both Windows, Linux,
Mm-hmm. So once
and
suppose
macOS.
I am writing my source code, like I am writing my source code in Windows now. Okay, this is I have written in Windows. Okay, I can take this file and then to some separate operating system like Unix and all or Ubuntu, we can use the same code, same file, we can run it. So who does this job?
Interpreter.
Interpreter will, okay, interpreter will only correct errors. Python virtual machine will be there, will execute the code. Okay,
Understood.
like in Java, we have Java virtual machine will be there, where we'll have Java runtime environment.
Yes.
Like Python virtual machine will execute the code. You understood now? You understood what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? You know the difference?
I knew. At this time, I cannot answer you. When I was studying it, I knew it.
Oh, you forgot. Okay,
Yeah.
I will explain, because since interpreter word has come, I will tell you. What
Okay.
interpreter will do is, it will check the code line by line. Suppose A equal to 20,
Mm-hmm.
B equal to 30. It will first check it. Okay, if any errors are there here, it will stop
Okay.
at this stage. It will stop checking error. Whereas compiler will do, it will entire source file, whatever the source code we have written, entire code it will check at a time, and
Okay.
it will give out the errors. But what interpreter will do, it will execute the code line by line. At whatever the line it stop errors are there, it stops simply. Okay, we cannot move forward. We have to correct the error, and then we have to move forward. So in Java, we use compiler to compile the code, and it will give the bytecode output. That is an intermediate code. So byte like that, in that facility is not available in interpreter. So interpreter we have to do correct the errors, then it only it will go forward to the next next code, next line of code. So interpreter will be very slow. So executing programs in interpreter is slow. That is one of the limitation in Python. Okay.
Okay.
So where are we? No, Python is a platform independent. That means we can, whatever the code we have written in one operating system, we can use it. We can run in separate operating system also. Okay.
Yes.
Next important advantage in Python I am going to discuss. This I will remove so that it will be confusing. Next advantage, dynamically typed. Dynamically data type declaration. Can you tell me what is this?
When you run that a equal to 20, you did not declare it as int as in C. So it dynamically understood that it is integer because you assigned a value 20. If you had assigned a value string, it would have dynamically interpreted it as
So what Python does is, you don't expect any data type. Whenever we have written a equal to 20, b equal to 30, at the time also it will not understand anything. When it is executing, what Python virtual machine, what it will do is, it will understand at the time, it will create an object of type integer at that time of the execution. So at the time of runtime, it will dynamically allocate the data type to it and run the code. Okay.
understood.
At the time of entering, it is not required at the time of entering also. When at the time of runtime, during the runtime, it dynamically allocates the data type and create the type of object that is whatever it is required based on the values we have entered. Suppose here I have entered some so you have to take care in with respect to quotation. Okay, whenever we are using single quote, we have to end it with a single quote for the string data type. Okay, suppose if I am using single quote here, that will be an error in interpreter. So I am creating one variable name with the string Pawan. Okay, at the time of running this code, what virtual machine will do is, it will create an object of type string. It is a string type object at the time of running. So since it is dynamically doing, it is a dynamically data type declaration we call. What is the advantages of it? One is, we don't need to declare it ahead. Suppose in Java we have to declare like this, int a equal to 20. Okay, but in Python we don't need to declare what is the type of data we are entering. That is so our code will be simple. Okay, and length also will be reduced. That is one advantage of this dynamical data type declaration. Next advantage, so next advantage, Python code is interpreted by interpreter. We have already seen this one. What is the advantage of this? Is like in other languages, like in Java, first we have to compile everything. We have to create one object file,
Yes.
intermediate file, machine code file. Okay, that is called Java bytecode. Okay, we have to take that file, we have to run it in runtime environment, Java runtime environment, and then only code will get executed. That means there are two steps are there. One, we have to convert it into object file, then only we can use it in runtime to execute the program. But in case of Python, there is no need of using the intermediate step. Directly when we run the this Python code, what interpreter will do it will do the error checking, and then immediately after that the whatever the Python virtual machine is there, it will execute the code. So that is a easy process. There is no need of creating any intermediate files in case of Python. That is the advantage of this one.
Understood.
Okay. Next advantage. This is the last advantage we will discuss, and then we will go to data types. So in Python, there are some inbuilt libraries, and then third-party created modules are there, which we can use for our applications without writing the code. Okay, suppose in NumPy is one such module where we can use them. We can use that module. We can import that module, and then we can do our mathematical operations. So even there are so much of libraries and inbuilt functions are there in Python. We can create our code easily in a simple way using that libraries and modules. Okay. Example, NumPy. Third party. These are third parties. Okay, they have created these modules using Python, so it will be available to everyone.
These libraries are free, right?
Right. We will not get it at the time of Python application downloading, but separately we have to install, and then we have to add it to our library. Okay, now we will discuss about data types. Easy only, because it is already you know about Java. Okay, before that I will discuss one more thing. Okay, sorry. Identifiers. What are identifiers?
Identifiers.
Suppose someone to identify me or to call me, what they will use? They will use my name.
Right.
So identifiers are just like names in Python.
Variables.
Names.
Okay.
You are able to see my screen?
Yes.
I am typing because that's why. Yeah. so that people can see it later also. Like that, for that only I'm typing. Okay.
Yeah, I can see here. No problem.
Identifiers means names in Python. What names? It can be a class name. There are so many classes we can create. Okay, we have already discussed this one. Like car class, I can create one car class. What is the name? I can create some Tata car, like this. I can create name means start here. Tata means name. Okay, that is
Okay.
identifier. And then I have discussed about functions also. Okay, it can be a function name also. I can define so many functions here. Print is one such function.
Yes.
The name of this print function is print. Okay, that name is called an identifier. Okay, it can be a variable name also. Variable means here a is variable, correct? The name of the
Right.
variable is a. So here a, b and c are also and some name. These are called identifiers. Okay.
Understood.
Whatever name for us, like for our humans, we can create whatever names we have. We can I can start my name with at the rate also. Okay, nobody will stop. But in case of Python, for writing the identifiers, there are certain rules. Okay, it can be
Okay.
like this. I will write. So only allowed symbols to write my identifier is alphabet we can use, then numbers we can use, underscore we can use.
Okay.
Except that we cannot use. Suppose I cannot use this symbol as an variable name. Okay, I cannot use dollar symbol as in my variable name. I cannot use my @ symbol in my variable name. Okay,
Understood.
only alphabets, numbers and underscore we can use. And then second rule, suppose if I want to start my my name of the variable like this, is it okay? It contains only numbers and alphabets. Is it right? I can use it. Python will allow me to use it as an identifier. This 123 name.
Maybe not sure because
No, it will not allow. Even though it is using allowed symbols, because names cannot start with numbers. Okay, identifiers must not start with numbers. We can use numbers later, but not at the starting.
okay.
Example 123 name is not allowed, and name 123 is allowed. Name 123 we can write, okay, but not 123.
Oh,
And third one, Is Python case sensitive language?
Yes.
So identifiers are also case sensitive. Example, suppose I am writing some this is name of a variable sum and sum is another, are both separate. Suppose it will be too much. A is there and small a. They are both different. We can use both separately as a variables. We can write our program. Suppose if I write a equal to same program like earlier, we cannot use like this. Okay, small a equal to 30. Then so it is allowing. See, suppose if it is not allowing, if it is not case sensitive, we would have got error at this stage a equal to 30, because already capital A is 20 we have allocated. So it is allowing means Python is case sensitive. See, we got the output also. So identifiers are case sensitive. So if I am using capital A here, I have to use capital A only here. Suppose if I am using small a, we'll get error, because we have declared a, capital A, and using small a in our program. Suppose this small a is not there. Suppose see, okay, it is already taking a from here. See, suppose if this a is not equal to 30, we would have got error.
Understood.
I wanted to show that one, but it is already we have declared, so it is taking 30 from this and displaying the result. Otherwise, normally it would have displayed error. Okay, so we have to take care while declaring the variables, and we have to use the same variables, whether if it is caps in our print functions. If it is small letter, we have to use small letters in our print functions.
Understood.
I'll do one thing. One second, huh? So see, what I have done, I have imported one keyword module list, actually not module, keyword inbuilt list. Okay, I have created one object. What will it will do? Import keyword means what it will do? This command.
Keyword is a module that will be imported that we can use now.
It is not a module actually. Okay. Anyway, for now you can understand like okay, if we can understand like this, we have imported some module here. That what we will do internally when we will type this import keyword. We are creating the instance of this class module. That means we are creating one object keyword.
Right.
In that we are accessing what is the KW list is the attribute. That means data.
Right.
Keyword is an object reference. That is keyword object reference will be created. And then where next command is keyword, the keyword KW list command we have typed. What it will do is inside that object, whatever the list data is there, it is not a method. KW list is not a method. Please understand. We can use the method. We can call the methods also like this. Okay, but we are calling now is the data present in that. That means attribute in that. Okay, in that object. Import keyword will create an object for us. We are using that object reference to call the data whatever in the inside it. So when we are using to call the data, what output is displayed is displayed the list of keywords whatever the present in Python have been displayed. So these keywords we cannot use as an identifier. Okay. So there are only
Understood.
possibly 30 are there around. I think I will try to copy. Around 30 plus keywords are there which we cannot use it for our identifier names. So we have around 35 or something, I think. Out of all these, if you clearly observe everything, every keyword is in small. Suppose if is in small case, import is in small case, but only 3 keywords are first letter starts with capital. Yeah, while using these keywords in our program, we have to be careful that while using this false, we cannot write small letter false like this. FAL you see. It will create the errors. We have to use compulsory first letter as F, A, L, S, E. Remaining letters can be small, but first letter should be false. Like that, none also we have first letter as capital. True also first letter as capital. Other than that, remaining keywords are all small letters.
Understood.
So these 3 only we have to use first letter as capital while using these keywords in our program. Otherwise, we'll get errors. That is the end of the identifiers. Now we will see data types in detail. What are the data types in detail? Can you guess?
Integer, string, float, boolean.
Okay. Complex. These are numbers. bool data type is true or false. Okay, next we have string data type. We have list data type, sorry, tuples, set dictionary. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, around 9 data types. Other data types are also there, byte array, like that, but we won't use that one that much often. These are the major data types. Byte array are also there. So we won't use that much often these two. There is no need. I will discuss in small briefly while we come there, but I will discuss these data types in detail. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose we have declared our variable like this. What virtual machine will do is it will create an object of value 10 which is of type integer.
Okay.
What is this 10? 10 is an in which form?
Integer.
10 is a decimal form. Okay, so we can declare integer values in decimal form, binary form also we can declare, octal form, hexadecimal form. So we can specify to the Python virtual machine that we are declaring here a number which can be of decimal form also, binary form also, octal form also, hexadecimal form also. How it will know? While creating, suppose I am creating octal form. Octal means what are the allowed characters?
0 to 8.
0 to 7, correct?
7.
What I will do is I will write over first ahead of the value and write suppose 4, 5, 6. This will tell virtual machine that 4, 5, 6 is not an decimal form, it is in octal form. Like
Okay.
that. Suppose if I write like this, what is this form?
Hexadecimal.
Yes, it is in hexadecimal. Hexadecimal means we can use A, B, C, D, E, F also, right? So
Right.
here we can use FA2E. So what it will tell virtual machine that it will create an object of type integer in hexadecimal form. whose value is in hexadecimal form. And I will show you in binary also. Anyway, why I have to do? Binary means we can only have
0 and 1.
0 and 1s. So specifies this value in binary form. So we have to take care that this should be added as a prefix to our value so that it will convert to the required form. The value will be in the required form. For decimal, we don't need to specify anything. Just we will type a equal to 10. It will understand that it is in decimal form. Next, float data type. Time is 8:10. Okay, I will close at 8:15. Okay, is it okay? Local time in 5-10 minutes. What is the duration?
No problem.
I told you.
It was said till 2 hours. It was scheduled for 2 hours. I'm not sure it's supposed to be 2 hours or not.
My session normally will be normal more than 1 hour. Okay, anyway, I told them to will complete in 20-25 sessions. Okay, they have told that it will be available only for 2 to 3 times a week. I don't think is it right?
I am available whole week if you want to do a class.
No, that is okay because they have to send me an invite first of all.
Okay.
Okay, they have if more people are available. Actually, today we are only the attendee. They have told some 3-4 people will be attend the class, but only you are available. Even though some people are missing, means I will not repeat. Okay, whatever is there, you can join. I will continue the class from tomorrow. Wherever we have stopped. Okay, it will not be a repeat. It will not be a boring stuff for you. Okay, they have told me that some majority of people will be available only for 3 to 4 days in a week.
Okay.
They sent me an invite tomorrow also. I will join. I will otherwise 1 hour they will send me. I will take the class. Okay, if possible, continue class tomorrow, day after tomorrow also. Maybe 3-4 times a week. It will be in a 1 month time. We will complete the entire core Java. Okay. They have sent the syllabus to you.
Yes, I got the syllabus.
Okay. Anyway, according to the syllabus, I will try to complete within a month. Okay. If possible, I will try to complete. All days are available means I will complete in 20 days. Otherwise, 30 days it will take. Okay. Next.
Yeah, understood. I didn't get an invite for tomorrow's class. I might get tomorrow. No problem.
Okay, no problem. Whenever we will get the invite, we will continue our classes. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Next is float data type. Float data type means what?
Float is decimal. If there is a decimal point.
Decimal form. Equal to 1.56. That means virtual machine will understand that it has to create an object of 1.6 value of type decimal, float type. Okay, it will create a float type object in the memory.
Yes.
And then there is another way of declaring. In Java we have one double data type is there, you know. Double.
I don't remember.
But okay. Float and double are only same. They will represent the decimal numbers. Sorry, decimal form. Okay, but the problem is, if size is more means size of that number is more means we have to use the double data type while declaring, because in that Java we have to declare our data type ahead. So we have to, if large number is there means we have to declare as a double type. But in case of Python, we have only float data type is there. We don't have any double. So how large the number is also, we have to use the float data type only. That means object type created is a float data type only. Okay, whatever may be the size of the number, we can declare a float data type in a, suppose a equal to e3. What did it means? A equal to 1.5. Are you able to see whatever?
Yes.
Uh,
E.
what does it mean? 1.5 e3. Is it in decimal form?
It is in decimal form.
Okay, what that e specifies for the Python interpreter?
Not sure.
E means power of 10. That means what it has to write is 1.5 into 10 to the power of 3.
Okay.
So when we, instead of typing this much huge number, we can, any large number we can use e, we can use small e also. Okay, no problem. Suppose instead of capital E, we can use small e or capital E. Here e means power of 10. I will show you with an example so that you will understand. 1.5 e3. What will be the output of this?
It will calculate the actual value and print it, maybe the long number.
What is 1.5 into 10 power 3? 1500, right?
Right.
So it is calculating 1500.0. Dot 0 you have to remember. 0.0 means it is decimal. 1500, it is not simply written as result as 1500. It has written as 1500.0. So it is a decimal type object. Or we can say one function is there in inbuilt function like print. Like we have used print here. There is one inbuilt function is there of name type, where we can suppose type of A. See, we have already declared our A as decimal. That means float data type. Okay, we can use type function. Type is an inbuilt function, and we will, within the that function method, we will write the variable name. Whatever the variable data type we want to find, we will write type of A, type of B.
Okay.
It will display
Understood.
type of A. What is the type class? It is a float class object. Okay, 1.5 into e power 3 is a class float.
Yes. Understood.
Here A will be int data type, integer data type. Okay, so by using the type inbuilt function, we can get the data type. Okay, we can, that will be the one facility available in Python. We will stop here. Otherwise, one more topic we will discuss, okay, regarding numbers, typecasting, and we will continue the data types in next class. Okay.
Okay.
Typecasting. What is typecasting? We can convert a value from one form to other.
Oh,
Suppose from decimal to integer. Suppose if the data type is decimal, we can convert it into type data type. Or from string, if it is a string data type, we can convert it to integer data type. That is called typecasting. For that, we have some inbuilt functions. Like whatever we have seen, type inbuilt function, like that we have, suppose we have this number a equal to 1.5 E3. So this is a decimal form, correct? This is a float data type. Okay. Suppose I have used in function int of a. What it will do?
it will convert.
It is converting my function, whatever the decimal form, into an integer type. See, it has discarded all point after whatever the point is there, 0.5333. Okay.
It will not round up. Just give the value before
It will
decimal
not
point.
round off. Suppose 1.5 also it will not give. It will give whatever
Yes.
before a decimal point is there. Here one is there. So suppose if name equal to, I have written 20. What will be the type of object it will be created? Type of class or object?
String.
String. But we have given the number. Even though we have given the number, we have given that number inside the quotes, single quotes. So the data type will be string.
Right.
Suppose I have given one more variable. So sum equal to name plus b. Will it execute?
No, it will give you an error.
Because both are different data types.
Right.
So what I will do typecasting of name. That means I'm converting my integer. See, I'm converting my string to an integer using the integer typecasting function. I'm adding that to the already integer value will be there. B is an integer type. Print sum. See, so at this step, whatever the string is there, it has got converted to integer type, and then it had added to 10. Now output is displayed as 30. If we have not used this typecasting function, it would have given an error to us. Why we have to use
Yes.
typecasting?
Because
Because I can declare this name as 20, directly 20. Instead of quotes as a string, I could have done name equal to integer type as 20. But why I have given this as quotes? What is the use of this typecasting?
it can convert a string to integer.
No, that's fine. But I can give directly the integer only here. While declaring, I can give 20. Earlier we have done a equal to 20, b equal to 30. Why I have to give that as a string and then convert it to an integer and then add? I could have directly given this as 20. What is the use of this function, integer function? There is one advantage of giving this function. What
Dynamic.
we have one raw input function is there, or input function is there, where whatever the user types. Suppose I have typed here name equal to 20. It is a fixed value. Okay. Whatever my program takes, suppose I am using calculator application. Calculator application means this name will be dynamic. these variables values will be dynamic. We don't know what user value they will enter. Suppose I can enter, suppose you can enter 30 plus 20. So for the dynamical assigning values, what we will do is we will ask the input function. We will use the input function from the keyboard. From the keyboard, users can type what
Right.
they want to add. But what Python will take the keyword function as whatever the values keyboard is typing, we are typing using keyboard. They are all strings for the Python.
Understood.
So whatever, even if you take number also, it is a string value for Python. So when we have to do mathematical calculations, and we are giving the input through our keyboard, we have to compulsory use this typecast function to convert that string to integer. Okay, that is the specific advantage of this typecast function method, inbuilt function. Understood?
Yes.
In that situations, we will use this typecasting function to convert our raw input into the raw string into the integer, and when we can do our mathematical operations. That's why they have created this one.
Okay, understood.
So now we have seen two types, no, data types: integer and then int data type and float data type. So we will continue in our next class about other data types,
Okay.
and then we will see what is the complex boolean string list tuples dictionary, and then we will continue with the operators, and then this if else logical if possible we will complete the entire fifth chapter up to this operator. Huh? Okay then, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay then, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.